Good morning. First and foremost, I like to thank God for blessing us all to see another day that wasn't promised to us. I want to thank God for all His mercy. They do it forever. God is good. God is good. God is good. I want to thank you all for watching my videos, for supporting me. I don't get the praise. I don't get the glory. God get all that. God's only using me to speak to lost souls. But I want to tell you all, don't give up. Keep the faith. Stand on God's words and His promises. The devil is a lie. I want to say that if you woke up this morning, the first thing come out your mouth should be thank God. Stop waking up in the morning complaining when they got people out here fighting to see another day. They got people who didn't wake up this morning. They got people in hell wishing they were still here. God is good. You know why? Because when we ain't have nothing to eat, God made a way. When we thought we was going to be homeless, God provided a home for us. When we was down last until our dollar, God made a way and turned that dollar to $100 or $5. God always make a way. Stop complaining. Let go and let God. Stop bringing your problems to work. Stop bringing your problems to your friend. Stop bringing your problems to your mom and your daddy. Pick up the phone and call on Jesus. Jesus is on the main line this morning. Whatever you may be going through, let it go. Give it to God. Only God can fight our battles. Get out the way. Stop picking up things that God already had worked out for you already. The reason why it's still there, because you're still trying to work on it when God already worked on it. God brings us through storms to test our faith. To see, will we have faith? If I take this from you, daughter, son, will you still have faith in me? If you lose that job, will you still have faith in me? Would you have faith in God? God allowed things to happen in our life. We may not understand it, but we got to still trust in God. No matter how the storm may look right now in your life, you still stand. You still trust in God. I don't want to hear that you can't do it, because the devil is a lie. God said we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We can do all things. Stop letting the enemy say you can't do nothing when God said He already did it for us. Stop worrying about tomorrow. We ain't much in tomorrow, but God is already there. If something's put on hold, if God didn't answer your prayers, God know when the right time to give it to you. Stop rushing something that God say, hold on. Have a seat. I'm behind this wheel. Let me drive. Sit down. See, we start doing things and start getting in God's way, holding the process. Sometimes you block your own gifts by being in the way all the time. Sometimes you block your own blessings by being in the way all the time. Sometimes people that's in your life is blocking your blessings. God already told you to leave this man alone. God already told you to leave this woman alone, but you want to be hard-headed. You know how parents punish their kids? That's how God do us, because we don't want to listen. We don't want to obey. We want to be hard-headed when God says stop, sit down. But I want to tell you all to stay encouraged. You got to ask God to humble your mouth. Stop letting the enemy use you. Stop letting the enemy use you as a puppet, because you're not a puppet. We are God's children, and God loves us. God said He would never leave us or forsake us. God's words is true and will always remain true. If God said it, if God did it before, he'll do it again. Stop letting the enemy beat on you. Stop letting the enemy walk on you. And you start telling the devil he is a lie, that no weapons formed against you should prosper. Stop saying you don't have the faith. You got the faith. Stop saying what you can't do when you can do. Because God said, call upon my name and I will be there. You got to start using God's words on him. See, people want the blessings, but they don't want to go through the storms to get the blessings. Moses told Egypt, it's only the beginning. We should have trials and tribulations. It's not going to be easy in life. God don't do handouts. You got to go through storms. You got to go through trials to tell your testimony. That will make us stronger in Christ. Your testimony can save somebody else that's going through something. Stop sitting on your testimony and start sharing your testimony. Start going out and tell people how God has been good in your life. We could have been dead this morning, but God kept us. This world is evil, but God kept us. They got people praying to be here, and they got people complaining about liberty things. You could have been thrown in jail and got life, but God blessed you. God gave you another chance to get your life together. Stop complaining. You could have been on the streets with nowhere to stay, but God provided you a house to stay. People wake up in the morning complaining and got a roof over their head and got food in their icebox, when they got people who wake up in the morning with rain and cold, with nothing to eat. Why you still complaining? They got people on their sick beds who fighting to be here, and people who died wishing they could still be here. But why you complaining? And you woke up this morning. All I'm saying is, be thankful for what you do have. Because they got people out there don't have what we have. I used to tell my son all the time. He's always talking about my car. It's broke. We don't have no air conditioning. But thank God we have a car. We could be walking. We could be riding a bus. But I thank God. God is good. So stop complaining and start thanking God. I'm just teary-eyed because God has been so good to me. And I want to let you all know, stay encouraged. Keep the faith. Don't give up, because God never gave up on us. Even though we turn our backs on God, even though we made mistakes in our life, God still loves us. God still cares about us. God still has us in his hands. God still blessing us in spite of our mess. Be blessed. I love you all.